Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Blue Archive reaction. Today we have themes 175 and 194. These are apparently two songs by other musicians that aren't the usual 3 or 4 that they tend to rotate through, and I guess you could call them kind of guest composers. So I'm interested in hearing more of what the greater scope of Blue Archive music has. I, of course, am very familiar at this point with their usual sound, but having new or at very least less regular people pop in to throw in a little bit of a curveball is always a good time. So I'm going to be listening to these and hearing what they have to offer. So without further ado, let's go. I don't know why I got like DDR vibes immediately. And now not at all. Probably something about that synth. Ooh. 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 We getting trancy. Yo! That had such a cool rhythm to it. The layering of the electric guitar thing that's in here, I don't know if that's a synth mimicking electric guitar or an actual one. But that sounds sick as hell. This is definitely not what I'm used to hearing. Ooh, and it just ends so aggressively too. Damn, all right. I'm not entirely sure what genre I would classify that as. Maybe like a melodic Eurodance kind of thing. There's like Eurotrance in there, and I can't fully place a specific genre on that one just because there are so many little things happening that feel like they're just borrowed from other dance genres and subgenres. So like, I really don't know if there's a specific sound I would classify that under. In some ways, it kind of reminded me of the Simple and Clean remix that plays at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts, so maybe there's some like J-pop acid trance in there as well. It's kind of difficult, again, to place exactly one genre. This borrows from a lot of things, but I love every single bit of it, especially that spot in the middle where I got really excited because of those like rhythmic patterns in there that had a lot of talkback like with itself. It was very busy for a split second. It felt like it was trying to talk over itself, but it still kept the beat strong and kept everything locked down. There was just a lot of things happening at that one moment. It was still the same consistent beat, but they slowed it down a little. Things on the top were still dancing around. There's just a lot of overlap on that part, and it was just really interesting to listen to be honest. Just that one section specifically, loved that part. The rest of it, also great. I really have no complaints on this one either. This is a great sound and a great flavor. I haven't heard a song like this in a long time, and specifically like this ever. It has its own character in this one little piece. I'm pretty sure I've heard other songs from this composer, but I don't think they sounded like this, so this might be a very unique thing for them in this game as well. I don't know if they've ever done similar sounds in their own work separately, but like for this game, this sounds pretty unique on top of even what I know I've heard of this composer. So in general, that flexibility is something I gotta respect. I love it when musicians can flex in different directions and do it confidently, but we should be be getting on to the other one I have to get to here, and it's by somebody called 7 My. I don't think I've ever heard of them before. I've never heard their music in this game, so I suppose we're going to figure out what that sounds like. I'm very aware that this is like a minute long at longest. It's like, yeah, 56 seconds, so it's going to be pretty short, but even just a little bit of music can infer a lot about a composer, so I guess without further ado, let's hear that one out. Ooh. Electro swing immediately. Aight, we here. Barely got started. Ooh. Okay. Not so much electric swing. I mean, kind of. But it's like electro swing in the way that, like, Mario Kart has fusion jazz, you know? Kind of fun. That was fun. How goofy was that? Seriously. So I can't remember the name of the song, but I think I've heard a similar sound on this soundtrack before in another video, but I don't think that song had a credit to who it was. So maybe it's the same person and I just didn't know the name last time. I could just be having a bad memory moment, though. That does happen. I listen to a lot of music. Sometimes information gets crossed over, but I love this sound. Like I said, it's kind of like electro swing in the way that Mario Kart has fusion jazz, where like it's there. It's definitely that thing, but also it's a lot more lighthearted. It's kind of got this like clowny goofiness to it. It's really fun and bouncy. There's just so much energy put behind it. It's meant to make you in a good mood. It just has nothing bad about it. There's no bad vibes to be found in a song like this, and they're written precisely to make that the case. I guess if I were being picky, I would call this like electro ragtime, because that's a lot more of what it is. Less of the swing, definitely more of a ragtime energy to it. So all in all, just a great bouncy tune. And since by design ragtime has a lot of that syncopation to it, it makes that bounciness even more prominent, and you just can't help but just kind of vibe and bounce with it. There's just so much fun to be had in ragtime, and I love that this like electro ragtime thing is a prominent sound in a lot of games. Not specifically this one so much, obviously, but I like that they included it nonetheless, and it's a really good vibe to have around whenever you need something a little bit goofy, a little bit fun. Don't take yourself too seriously, but you gotta have that high energy. But as expected, that one was pretty short, so I don't really have much else to say about it. It was just a good time. Both of these songs are really fun in their own ways. I like the first one a little bit more just for the sake that I love that sound. That's such a cool, unique tone. I like this one as well, but it's just ragtime, and you can't hate ragtime. It's illegal. You can't hate ragtime. If you do, get out of my house. But as per always on Blue Archive, this was just a really fun time. I like listening to both of these a lot, and I have really no negative notes about either one of them. I liked them both all the way through. But I think that's about all I gotta say for this one, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you have a request you want me to get to, a song or two from Blue Archive or anything else, drop it down below and I'll do my best to get to it as always. And of course, if you like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!